For decades, the biggest pop stars built hits on one iconic voice, while its creator never made a single cent. When Kanye West used the track to anchor a massive hit, or when Beyoncé wove the exact same vocal hook into her live performances, and when Jay-Z utilized the sample to drive a platinum-selling rap anthem, they were all drawing from a sound that has appeared in over 100 different movies, video games, and radio singles. It is currently the most sampled reggae track in history. But despite that staggering cultural reach and the wealth it generated, the woman who created the song spent 3 decades working as an accountant in a mundane New Jersey bank, earning nothing from her work. In 1982, the Jamaican dancehall scene was an intensely gritty, male-dominated arena. In the world of booming sound systems, women simply did not hold the microphone. Sister Nancy was the outlier, a 92-pound woman who entered the boys' club with clean, high-pitched vocals and a level of confidence the scene had never seen before. While finishing her debut album, 1-2, she hit a sudden pressure point. She desperately needed one final track to complete the record. She found her inspiration after hearing a fellow dancehall star in a nearby studio recording a cover of an old 1966 track. Nancy stepped into the booth, asked the producer for the heavy Stalag rhythm, and immediately began improvising a brand new track on the spot. That accidental last-minute album filler transformed into a foundational feminist anthem. It proved that a lone woman could walk into the toughest musical environment in Jamaica and establish her own rules. Her producer immediately licensed the record across the globe, hoarding a massive fortune while keeping Nancy completely in the dark. In 1996, still unaware of the song's growing legacy, Nancy migrated to the United States and began a regular working-class life to survive. 2 years later, she sat in her living room and heard her own voice blasting from the movable belly on television. In that moment, she realized she was secretly a global superstar. However, she lacked any real leverage. Without lawyers or industry connections, and stonewalled by her producer, she had to absorb the injustice and return to her bank job. The opaque legal structures of the early dancehall industry allowed her work to be legally hijacked. A trailblazer was forced to become a spectator of her own success. The breaking point finally arrived in 2014. A Reebok commercial featuring the song pushed Nancy's daughter to demand action, sparking a forensic legal audit of the producer's licensing deals. The legal battle was bittersweet. While successfully winning compensation, she was restricted to recovering only the last 10 years of back pay. However, she secured her legacy by reclaiming half the song's copyright, finally owning her voice permanently. Today, Sister Nancy has stepped out of the bank and back onto the stage. She tours globally, performing as the recognized and rightful owner. Her story forces us to reevaluate the pop hits we hear every day, recognizing the original architects who are often hidden beneath modern production. Bam Bam is far more than a catchy sample. It chronicles a woman who kicked down the door of a boys' club, survived decades of erasure, and forced the industry to return her crown.